is how will it treat frivolous petitions against politically exposed persons, which of some all those investigations also cost money, taxpayers' monies. At the end, you don't find anything against that person, and the country has lost a lot of money. So, for me, I've had my own share, where even a letter informing EFCC that I would not be able to come on a frivolous petition was released by the office of the chairman of EFCC to Sahara reporters. You see the chairman's stamp on it. He released it to Sahara reporters just to embarrass me because of 2023 elections. But to the glory of God, I surmounted it. I'm here.
In 2022, you are flagging over 2,000 something convictions, but all is minor crime that, if you add up, does not total to one crime, financial crime committed by an individual which I will not mention, and then the EFCC allowed him to go home on a self-recognition. All they could do was, getting to 1 year now, all you could do, or you could do, was to recover 10% of that money.
I don't see how the EFCC will go and arrest a former governor and come through the rooftop as if they are taking Pablo Escobar yeah, but it happened. It happened to Rocha Sokorocha. They came through the roof. They broke through the POP, and he was calling live. Nigerians were the whole world watch. They removed the roof, went through the POP, broke it down, and they were going down with guns. Is that EFCC?
Well, if you still have any doubt of where this country is headed, if you still think that maybe our submission that we are heading into a colossal destruction, at least this video would best finish that and put it very bare for you. At least that this confirms what we are saying. For the sake of breaking it down to bits and pieces, what you are seeing there is a supposed screening of a nominated executive chairman of the EFCC. EFCC is Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, right? And according to the constitution of this country, after the president nominates, the legislature would screen to confirm. What we are supposed to be seeing there is a robust conversation about areas in the constitution, areas in the EFCC Act, and other viable important laws that can be strengthened to improve on the system that fights corruption and punish criminals. But of course, like you have seen in the clip and then in the eventual large video that you are going to see in a jiffy, these guys are only selling their interest and trying to play a mind game with the new EFCC chairman for their own benefit. That's how bad this country has been. That's how bad. Akpabio again, right? Akpabio again. This time, Senator Ali Dume is also trying to introduce, and then you could hear him say that minor crimes. I don't know what you mean by minor crimes, but if minor crimes is the fact that a senator, a big politician, has 2 cars or is alleged to have had extra money added to what he's supposed to have, that's what you call minor crime. That is how bad this country is. There is a minor crime and there is a major crime. They are saying that in summary, stop stressing us, stop pursuing small criminals like us that collect small money. There are people in this country that collect billions of naira. Go after them. That's what they are saying. Akpabio even had the guts to introduce, and then you will see the same finish where these guys they give us for this country too much, and that's why they don't respect us. In a rant to the ranch, in a shout to the shout, because it's actually useless. You were invited to the Akpabio's oral statement right now, confession, and then you wrote a letter to them, not to push the date because of certain eventualities, but because you feel the invitation is frivolous, and then you think that you will not honor it. Some reporters obtained that letter, and Akpabio is angry. Again, let's leave all this. Normally, in civilized and sane environment, when you are supposed to screen a new chairman of a very important agency like the EFCC, maybe the IGP of police and every other thing, you will call for public engagement. You will call for people to make contributions, like a public hearing, and maybe have a new blueprint or resolutions. People have also had issues with the EFCC as lawyers, as stakeholders, or as individuals. You could not ask them, but rather all the complaints that have been on social media, EFCC is profiling young people on the streets, harassing, intimidating, and oppressing them. None of them were mentioned. IFC is busting houses. A particular video of IFC came into the flat of apartment of a particular woman while she was naked, and said it was a mistake. They stepped out, no apology, right? No compensation, no EFCC, nobody was dismissed or sacked or suspended. All that doesn't matter to these people that are in the upper chamber of the House of Assembly. Now they all they know, and somebody is going to be in the comment section to defending these people. I don't know what else to say, but this is all you need to know how bad, how wrong. Like I said in a video I did a couple of days ago, we are so much in haste, we are so in high speed, over 400 kilometers per hour on the wrong lane and in the wrong direction. Yeah, the speed at which we are driving to destruction in this country. No country. You hear? There are not major. Akpabio is angry that the EFCC busted Rocha Scrocha. Personally, I'm someone that believes in due process and ethical procedure in dealing with things. So I'm not going to be here celebrating that shenanigans. What did they admire to? To what end? Like you heard, over several cases. What EFCC is actually doing is media trial. Capture these big men, put the news out there, go privately and settle with them, news die. So that's fact. Right? All that drama, what did it lead to? What was the investigations? What was it? So these guys, when they have political enemies, are you supposed to be sitting down to make comments? You see, I'm telling you people, Ofone, in Benin, on a phone, Erona, Ofone. I don't want to say it in English so that I won't get flagged. Ofone is finished. Because if it's not finished, you won't tell me that. Are you supposed to be discussing and having this comment and like as if you're in beer parlor? For a serious situation like this calls for urgent review. I'm expected that the the EFCC Act will be the subject of conversation. You are complaining that the man has got so much power of discretion. Then you are not reviewing that. You are asking him to continue in the same charade. It is indeed not the EFCC Act. It empowers the executive chairman to be able to decide what happens with monies and wealth that are being forfeited to the agency. That's how bad it is. Watch the rest of the video and please share this video. Right? We'll keep documenting our voice, our interests, our thoughts, and our opinions on social media. Because the time to come when it gets to even those that are clapping for these guys that it is not totally finished. But we have these videos to show to them that we're speaking, but you say we should shut up. This country. Forget about it. I'll catch you some other time.
I see the powers you have in section 6 and 7. The silent one there is the most important, and that is the unexplained wealth order. I'm happy you have talked about being preventive instead of being reactive. Every time I have a problem with anybody, I'll just write a petition to EFCC, especially we politicians. Before you know, EFCC will call the reporters before you arrive, and they paint you black or even red because that's your color. Before you get out of that, your children, your family are embarrassed. We've got a situation where when we are campaigning for a position, I won't mention, The person we are campaigning for was invited to EFCC on a frivolous matter, and it was in the papers. Now, the second question which I ask is that this now gives us the chance. You are saying that we should cooperate. We promise you that we will cooperate with your agency, if confirmed, to take more preventive actions. The countries that are leading the NFIU, that is Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, UK, USA, and even Canada and Zimbabwe, you know, have the unexplained wealth order. And that is not conviction. If you find Rolls Royce in Rolls Royce, you call it, in a leader's house.
You mean minority leader's house? Minority.
Or let me use example of myself.
Or minority leader.
Why are you insisting on minority leader? Okay, minority leader. Now you have a cause to quietly invite him and find out how or where did he get the money to buy Rolls Royce. And if he explains to you, that is the end of the matter. If he cannot explain to you, you quietly take that is the forfeiture you talk about. But instead, as I was doing my research before you came in 2022, you left in August this year, isn't it? In 2022, you are flagging over 2,000 something convictions. But all is minor crime that if you add up, does not total to one crime, financial crime committed by an individual which I will not mention. And then the EFCC allowed him to go home on a self-recognition. All they could do was, getting to 1 year now, all you could do, or you could do, was to recover 10% of that money. What will you do, Pastor, as God-fearing person? These are the two questions. Thank you.
Aware that EFCC has a lot of questions to answer, and so this Senate in future intends also to look into the activities of EFCC. Am I right? You are talking about yourself. It means that the person who wrote petition against you when you were a local government chairman was not a high-profile person. That is why you were not even invited by DSS. That is why you were not invited by the IG. But what about where you have invitation to appear before DSS, appear before the IG, appear before the ICPC, appear before the EFCC, and it's all organized? How do you explain 98 petitions written against one human being, and none of them has any merit? So he has, what you are indirectly asking him is how will he treat frivolous petitions against politically exposed persons, which all those investigations also cost money, taxpayers' monies. At the end, you don't find anything against that person, and the country has lost a lot of money. So these things are there. So, Chairman, incoming Chairman, if approved, yes, because if you do so, if the hallowed chambers of both houses can look at that to avoid double jeopardy. That's one. It will be necessary to look at the possibility of merging the two, so that we don't continue with hounding Nigerians. And then Senator Alero, the minority leader pointed out it was a local government chairman, and election was coming. For me, I've had my own share, where even a letter informing EFCC that I would not be able to come on a frivolous petition was released by the office of the chairman of EFCC to Sahara reporters. You see the chairman's stamp on it. He released it to Sahara reporters just to embarrass me because of 2023 elections. But to the glory of God, I surmounted it, I'm here. You know, so for me, I don't think we should waste time with the EFCC. We need to take a thorough look at the EFCC and look at whether the act setting up the EFCC even allows them to function, because there's too much discretion. I don't see how the EFCC will go and arrest a former governor and come through the rooftop as if they are taking Pablo Escobar but it happened. It happened to Rocha Sokorocha. They came through the roof. They broke through the POP, and it was calling live. Nigerians were what the whole world watched. They removed the roof, went through the POP, broke it down, and they were going down with guns. Is that EFCC? And for you, that is investigation. So I would like to hear from you will be, what will you do differently? Because outside this country, sometimes they can follow somebody for 5 to 10 years until they establish evidence before they invite that person. But they keep embarrassing people's children, traumatizing the children, stigmatizing people because they had the opportunity to be in public office. And even within the EFCC, properties that you recover, money you recover, are stolen. People's properties that are supposed to be in your care are stolen and sold out at ridiculous prices. Properties worth 5 billion are sold for 300 naira because it is EFCC. So for me, EFCC, I have my own opinion about EFCC. So I welcome you, Chairman. So I don't want to comment on EFCC, but I know that I know that this hallowed chamber has the governor, and we have the right to review the law, setting up EFCC for proper functionality and effectiveness. Am I speaking the minds of senators?